only speak of green, eternal economic growth because you are too scared of being unpopular. You only talk about moving forward with the same bad ideas that got us into this mess, even when the only sensible thing to do is pull the emergency brake. You are not mature enough to tell it like it is. Even that burden you leave to us children. But I don't care about being popular. I care about climate justice and a living planet.
Well, that was 15-year-old Greta Thunberg, who spoke at COP24 in Poland last year, and she rattled everyone across the world when she talked about climate change, global warming, and how all of us have ruined the environment, not just for ourselves, but for our future generations as well. Now, Delhi is one of the 10 most polluted cities in the world, and all of us Delhiites know that we have suffered air pollution immensely. Whether it was stubble burning or the use of vehicles immensely, we have suffered air pollution. And this year, the United Nations theme for World Environment Day was air pollution. Today, I am joining a group of cyclists in Delhi who have taken to bicycle riding to beat air pollution. Let's go across to them and ask them what they feel are the challenges of air pollution, of course, and what they feel can be done to improve the city's air. Let's go. So today I'm joined by a cycling group from Delhi called Spin Monkey, and they've been doing it for the last 2 years. This is their third year. Let's talk to them about what they feel about bicycles and air pollution in the city. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Gaurav.
And you've been cycling for the past how many years?
It's almost third year, and I've been cycling from my childhood, but professionally with this group, it's my third year.
All right, so, this year the UN theme for World Environment Day was air pollution. Of course, bicycle is a very good alternative to the kind of vehicles that we see and, the kind of emissions that we keep talking about from vehicles. How do you see that? I'm sure you took it up also as one of the ways to beat air pollution in the city, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, this was the motive when Anchit started this company, that not just cycling around the city, but bringing in a habit in this city. And mind you, this city has more vehicles than Calcutta, Mumbai and Chennai put together. No other city in the world has so many vehicles flying on the road. And it's adding to the already higher level of pollution of the city. In fact, the Supreme Court commented that we are living in a gas chamber. One way, and not just air pollution, there are 4 major problems of this country. And I think one single point solution of all 4 major problems is cycling. Be it obesity, be it traffic congestion, be it air pollution, and if I may allow to say that that the huge import of oil that comes for the vehicles.
Yes, in fact, there are, of course, many reasons as to why air gets polluted. For you guys, first tell me your name.
Yeah, my name is Vishesh Bajaj.
Okay, so Vishesh, you've been cycling for the past couple of years, I believe.
Maybe more than 5-6 years now.
All right, and I'm sure you've also taken this up as an alternative and a healthy alternative to beating air pollution and use of vehicles. The kind of emissions that we see, how do you see, like people taking up cycling? Yes, it has increased over the past few years, but there are still challenges that cyclists face in the city.
So I think the biggest challenge is traffic and the attitude of people towards the cyclists. So they don't actually care about the cyclists. So when we are on the roads, so they don't slow down their vehicles, and there are no separate lanes for cyclists. So actually when you're cycling on the road, so sometimes you fear that if somebody might hit you. So in a city like Delhi, nobody would even care to help you out. So that's a big problem. So I think people need to be more conscious that they, first of all, they should actually respect the cyclists. Actually, if they can't contribute and come on cyclists, at least they can start respecting cyclists.
Okay, there has been an increased sensitivity, I'm sure. He's talking about, of course, people being insensitive, but there is an increased awareness about taking up cycling and, leading a healthy lifestyle. In terms of your experience of air pollution, are you from Delhi?
Yes, I'm from Delhi. I'm Kanu Gupta.
Okay, so Delhi, of course, all of us Delhiites did suffer from very bad air pollution over the last few years. Smog, we couldn't see, people were getting affected. Did that make you take up cycling?
Well, yes. Like early morning is still better, but in winter days, it's really difficult to get out of your house because it's so dusty. So I think if joint measures are not taken by people, if they don't feel by heart really about air pollution, then we can't do anything about.
Right, very good point that, people need to take up, healthy alternatives, and they need to do something about it. But of course, there have been measures taken by the government as well. There has been a proposal of the National Electric Mobility Plan, which basically aims at faster adoption and manufacture of electric vehicles. So, that is one of the ways in combating air pollution. What would you say, how are people taking up to cycling, and of course the other causes of air pollution in the city?
See, I believe that cycling is a really healthy alternative to the air pollution. It's a good alternative because a lot of people today are taking cars. They're all solo drivers and they're contributing to the air pollution more. Maybe they're not very aware of how much they're contributing to the pollution. So yeah, cycling is always a good idea, and early mornings is the best time for us because it beats all the traffic, and since there are a lot of challenges to all of us who want to cycle around. So yeah, I think it's a good idea, maybe starting just by a couple of hours routine in the morning. So you can start by that, and let's see if everyone contributes to that and everyone follows this. Probably in a couple of years we should get there.
All right, talking about awareness of the people, did you know that according to the United Nations, currently the carbon dioxide emissions that we have due to our vehicles is about 20%, and it's going to double in by 2050 if we don't do anything about it. Let's talk to them and try and understand what they feel about this and why cycling is so important in this whole situation to beat air pollution.
Given the fact that fossil fuels are quite limited, and the future is obviously going to be electric, and also cycling is one simple way through which you can not just contribute to the environment but also ensure your well-being given the fast-paced lives that we live in. And people are facing numerous health problems these days, and the future is quite difficult if we don't take up habits like these, cycling around and ensuring that environment is taken care of, and the pollution is something which we beat by taking up this healthy habit around.
Okay, also there's a lot of talk about taking up to public mode of transport and leaving behind our vehicles, or carpooling. These are several ways in which we can contribute in our way to beating air pollution. But how feasible is that?
So I think Delhi Metro is something which is ensured that a lot of people travel in an eco-friendly way. But what we need at this point of time is more buses and more last mile connectivity, because the people who would take their own vehicles, they could obviously go through metro, but the only reason is that it might be difficult for them to go to their offices from a metro station, or get another mode of transport. And another reason also might be that overcrowding, as you said, and that's something probably we need to come up with more trains, and the expansion of metro is happening. So let's just also see how it helps out in ensuring that the crowd disperses in those areas, and last mile connectivity in forms of buses and even cycles for that matter can act as a feeder from the metro station to the office complex or wherever you work or wherever you live.
Okay, those are good points. Also, very tragically, air pollution affects one of the most vulnerable groups, which is the senior citizens, and of course, our children who are closer to the ground. They inhale a lot of particulate matter that is present in the air. We see children around us, we see elderly citizens around us. How do you see them, dealing with air pollution? It is a tough time for them. Have you experienced any such thing?
Yeah, so I have a small kid, and so I see that younger kids up to age of 5 years, most of them have whenever season changes, they get cold and cough, they start breathing problems. So when we visit doctors, so they say that 60 to 70% of kids these days in Delhi NCR, they have this problem. So I think this is very, very disheartening to see that, the next generation which is coming up, their immunity is going down. So I really fear that 10 years, 15 years down the line, how will it happen? I mean, how will these kids, they grow? How will they take any sports? How will they become, physically active if they are not healthy?
And we are to blame for them because we are leaving behind a world which is, the least healthy for them in terms of the environment.
Yes. So I think the onus is on us, and I think we are to be blamed for this situation. And if we don't take measures right now, next 20 years or maybe 10 years are going to be very, very drastic change. Yes. And I think it is going to be very, very bad for our next generation. Yes. And we should take action right now.
Absolutely, and the onus is on us. And talking about that, the kind of daily activities that we indulge in, we don't realize that we are contributing to air pollution. For example, our use of perfumes and deodorants, that contributes CFCs to the air, So these are little daily activities that we can avoid to contributing to air pollution.
Yeah. If, some anything on social media can be posted related to the effects of perfumes and deodorants, I think now the youth have understood the measures. They are like being very supportive to the government. Youth is changing the current scenario and is helping a lot of issues that are coming up. So I think social media should help on such issues.
I think unfortunately we are so unaware of our actions. Yeah. I think nobody denies that we need to have a good healthy air, we need to stay in a good environment, but we are so unaware of our actions, we don't realize what we are doing to the environment.
In fact, many of us who do realize it are too lazy to take up the effort of actually doing something about it.
Yes. And then if we don't act now, I think we are spoiling our next generation. We have to do it. We have no option. So, unfortunately, most of us, we are looking for best of education for our kids. We are looking for best of schooling, housing, sports and everything. But unfortunately, we are not looking for natural resources. We can't give them good air. I mean, if we don't act now, we can't give them good water. We can't do anything on those sorts if we don't act right now. So our kids might go to best school, but if they don't have air to breathe, what will they do? I mean, there is no point in earning money if you can't breathe well, good air, right? So this is very bad.
With nearly 7 million premature deaths due to it across the world every year, air pollution, both outside as well as inside our homes, is a deadly killer that we seldom ignore until we start suffering. In this context, the government's plan of introducing BS6 fuel is expected to be rolled out next year. In order to cut vehicular emissions in Agra, the Uttar Pradesh government plans to roll out 650 electric buses, an idea inspired by Chinese city Hangzhou that has 70% of its public transport electric. In Europe, the vehicular emissions transitioned from Euro Stage 4 to Stage 6 in over 10 years. And that is why here in India, the key would be to manage this transition flawlessly. Well, we talked about reasons why bicycles are better alternatives in terms of air pollution. But now let's talk about the other reasons apart from transport that contribute to air pollution. Well, we talked about transport as one of the causes of air pollution, but there are other kinds of sources that contribute to air pollution. One of them is household, the other is agriculture, and of course, industrial pollution is one of the big factors that contributes to air pollution. Let's talk to these guys and try and understand what they feel about other sources that contribute to air pollution. Household, when we look at our household, we have a lot of things that do contribute to air pollution. We talked about our use of perfumes and deos. We also have kitchen that has a lot of smoke coming in, and the government did introduce the Ujjwala Yojana for women. What do you think about that?
So I think so there are a lot of sources of pollution. So ACs per se, nobody thinks about that. Yes. It's a big source of air pollution. People say that, as India is growing, so the consumption of ACs and the more electronic products are increasing. So that is a big cause of concern for air pollution. Then the dust pollution, it's like too much. So we are a growing country, and every day, new buildings are coming up, a lot of construction, road construction is going on. So a lot of dust is there on the roads. So we don't manage it properly. So that is why, especially in summers when there is a lot of air, there is a lot of, free-flowing air, so that dust floats in the air, and it creates a lot of pollution.
But, he talked about ACs, and, हम लोग कितना यूज नहीं कर पाते AC. It's hot right now in Delhi, but let's be true to ourselves. How much do we not switch off that AC when we feel hot?
See, actually, I myself prefer using a cooler over an AC because, but that's also, I think, only April and mid-May is the time then we can use it. Otherwise, it gets really humid. But apart from that, also like we try our best to like set our ACs on timers so that they get turned off in time, and otherwise also like for other sources like for electricity as well, it's like it doesn't make a lot of sense to have it have the air conditioner on throughout the day.
All right, nowadays we also see very, very tragically, we see that a lot of marine life is, that the dead bodies that come out of our oceans, especially whether it's sharks or other marine life, there is plastic filled in their bodies, which is very, very tragic, and all of us are to be blamed for this. What do you think? It's so terribly unfortunate that we are using that kind of plastic and throwing it into our water bodies, and it's not just affecting us, it is affecting other lives as well.
Yeah, it is true that plastic we see everywhere. I feel there should be more of dustbins, or rather government should put more dustbins around beaches. If we go to beaches or any other place, I feel there are less dustbins. Like hardly there are, like more dustbins should be kept.
But I'll tell you what, the point is that even if Prime Minister Modi did speak about Swachh Bharat all these past 5 years, how many people do you see? Yes, there have been changes, people have become aware, but I still see people on the streets going and throwing whatever they're using. So a lot of responsibility of ours comes in play as citizens, right?
Definitely, people might say that, you might have dustbins, but until and unless people start taking care and taking the onus on their own, nothing can, change. And that's why I think the youth are the people who will take this change forward. I see a lot of my friends, and even personally me, whenever I go out, I never throw anything on the road. You put it in the bag instead. And that is something which a lot of people have adopted, that they will keep the trash with themselves, and only by the time they reach home or when they find a proper disposal place, that's where they can throw it off. And also I think we need to switch to more eco-friendly ways of using instead of plastic. For one simple example is that you use a jute toothbrush instead of a plastic one, and carry your own bags, cloth bags, instead of taking plastic. So these small acts actually help you out in the long run.
That's right. Waste disposal being one of the key factors in dealing with air pollution. There's also agriculture, I would like to talk about. Agriculture is something that contributes to Delhi's air pollution. What do you think about that? We've always seen stubble burning being one of the most important factors in the air pollution that is suffered in Delhi.
This is a reality we cannot shy away our eyes from. Government is encouraging farmers, and they are providing alternative means to cut off the leftovers of their crops. But it's again, we have to inculcate a habit.
All right, government has to take drastic measures, and in fact it did take measures. But when you travel to cities outside of Delhi, there is so much other kinds of pollutions there. There is of course air pollution. What do you see? What is the status of other cities there, and how aware are people there in terms of contributing to making the city cleaner?
If you compare it with like 10 years back, definitely there is more awareness now, but I think a lot more needs to be done. We are still very far away, and the percentage change is very, very less. And the deterioration is like very fast. So we need to actually improve very fast. So if you talk about plastic, it's a very, very big contributor towards the pollution. So I think we, as our generation and next generation, we should be prepared. Unfortunately, we don't have alternate means. So until or unless we find alternate means for plastic.
Right, we have to have alternatives to beating air pollution. What do you think, when you travel to other cities, are you seeing these kind of alternatives being used by people?
Mostly like I haven't traveled down south in India. I mostly go to the mountains, so I lead a few treks there. So I've seen people like during the treks you need a lot of energy, so you keep on eating chocolates and toffees and all those things. And all my travelers like I don't have to tell them. They automatically eat their chocolates and they keep the wrappers in their bags. Also, there are a lot of places where the government bodies, like for Chadar Trek in Leh Ladakh, what they do is they give you a complete bag where you have to come back with 5 kgs of trash from there. So that is helping a lot.
In fact, there was a recent example of the Ladakh lake also being cleaned because there was so much trash around it. So people have really, they are getting aware, of course, but there still needs to be more sensitivity towards the environment.
Right. So this is like an operation has also started for this to clean up the Dal Lake in Srinagar also. That is also there, and like people are getting more aware, especially the youth, like because we prefer being at a place which is not full of trash, so we ourselves are making sure that we don't like throw away any garbage anywhere.
All right. You know, very interestingly, Mahatma Gandhi had once said that the earth has everything to meet a man's needs, but not every man's greed. And before we end, I'd like to ask all of you that one thing that we all need to do in our daily lives that can contribute to making the environment better for not just ourselves, but our future generations as well.
By planting air purifier plants. So that will really help to clean the air. So like aloe vera is one of the plant which is very common and people can keep it in their home.
Okay, for you?
So India is a country which is highly concerned about the personal hygiene, but give a damn about the public hygiene. So we need to inculcate those habits where we are encouraged to contribute to environment's health, be it walking as much as possible. And it's my appeal that if you that within a radius of 2-3 kilometers of your house, either you walk or you cycle around. That would reduce the congestion and air pollution within your vicinity, and that's how you can contribute.
I think people need to become more aware about what they use and how what they use is affecting their surroundings. So I think people need to become more compassionate and empathize towards the problems that we face, because half the times if you actually tell them there is the problem, they would agree to change, but when they don't know, they're gonna go on with the habit and they're going to do nothing about it. So I think that's more important. Awareness is the key.
Yes, awareness is the key, and that awareness, I believe, will come from when we teach our children right from school that environment is as important as other things in life. What is that one thing for you which you're going to change and you're going to tell others to change in our daily lives to combat air pollution and other kinds of pollution of the environment?
So I think the most important thing is like be conscious of what you are doing. And because whatever you are consuming, it will stay here, so we have to be conscious of it. And second, I would say that sometimes we try to do a lot and we think that we'll change everything, and that change becomes a burden on you, right? So I would say rather than thinking very big, start small. Like start saving some water at your home. If your tap is leaking, just manage that. In your pots, just make sure that the consumption is less and use less of plastic. Teach your kids, and I think you have to lead by example. Kids, if you start preaching them, they will not understand. If you do it yourself, they learn by observing, and I think that is the best way to teach them.
आपको क्या लगता है एक चीज़ जो हमें अपनी डेली लाइफ्स में चेंज करनी चाहिए एयर पोल्यूशन और किसी भी टाइप के पोल्यूशन को चेंज करने के लिए?
आई थिंक लोगों को एक बोतल कैरी करनी चाहिए साथ में इंस्टेड ऑफ बाकी शॉप से खरीदने की जगह, कि जो मोस्ट पोल्यूशन जो हो रहा है वाटर का वो वाटर बॉटल से ही हो रहा है, तो लोग बस रहेगी तो लोग बाहर से नहीं खरीदेंगे. आई थिंक लोगों को करना चाहिए.
ओके, एंड फॉर यू?
I feel that there has to be a lot of sensitization workshops where people are made more aware about the types of pollutions that are there and how they can mend it.
All right. So what I take away from this discussion is that the government will take its measures in improving the environment, but the key factor here is to be conscious, to be self-aware, to do what we need to do as responsible citizens towards the environment. And as John Keats said, the poetry of the earth is never dead, and I hope and all of us pray that we all come together and protect our environment, not just for ourselves right now, but for our future generations, our children, who are able to inherit what we inherited from our grandparents and parents, which is this beautiful environment.